Kadoosh. Alright. This video is gonna be a fucking bomb drop. So this is how to determine a perp. This is how to determine if somebody's a perp, alright? We're gonna get to that. It's gonna be the last one that I'm gonna talk about at the end of the video. We're gonna start off with people that are being implanted in your life or trying to get in your inner circle or whatever. And if you allow anybody to have access to you, they'll try to pretty much benefit by trying to make problems for you, to make money, to pretty much make the system happy, because they know that they're watching them on their phone and stuff like that. So when you see their phone glitching and they do a swipe effect every time that you look in their direction, and they don't want you to see what they're doing on their screen, is because what they're doing is they're pretty much taking like screenshots of your brain in a way. They're recording your frequency as soon as you look toward them. Plus the phone is giving them feedback, letting them know that you're looking toward them. So it's pretty much like a jerk affection. They sense it and they swipe. So what that's doing is it's taking pretty much like a picture of your mind in a way. That's what I think that they're doing. I mean, if anything, it's just they're linked to their phone, and they just have to, because they're just fucking wired that way. And it's like kind of embedded in them already, because they're connected to the hive mind, and it's hard for them not to do it. So yeah, these people, they try to get in your circle and they try to like start up little, just little dramas and stuff. But you got to be able to have discernment and know what their intentions are, because these people are already known in the perp community. And if your targeting isn't making that much money, they're going to try to find ways to embed people in your life. So what they're going to probably try to do is, honeypot you or something like that. Which, is easy for somebody that's a target, because, they cock block the shit out of you. But in my case, I don't have problems with women, because, I'm not a bad looking dude and I got game. So I don't really gotta worry about that. That's not what my focus is. I know that I can get girls, I can get money, I can have nice things, but that's not what my focus is. My focus is hitting these perps and directly in their freaking vaginas, and making their vaginal mesh come early. So they work in groups, and they'll try to feed you information to, lead you in certain directions. And you just got to make sure that you do your own research and take everything with a grain of salt, because they want to mislead you, and you need to have discernment and able to, think what is best for you. Because sometimes these perps, what they do is they do actually tell you information that is valuable, but then you can just use that for yourself. You don't have to believe everything they say, and then you use it to your advantage. So that's pretty much out of the way. Text messages. Let's see, hold on. Let's see. I forgot where I was going with that one, but we'll skip that. Um, okay, so the helicopters. The helicopters, they pass by to intercept your pretty much your freaking your service. So if you're downloading a certain app, they'll come by, fly by, they'll intercept your service, and intercept that download, and then they put their own version of that app on your phone. And it's easy. It can be done without the helicopter, but the helicopter is the best bet and the fastest way because they already have the technology on their, on that freaking chopper or whatever. Probably a Stingray and other technology they have. Also, the ambulances and the fire department have like equipment that can read your biometrics and focus on your biometrics so that when their sirens pass, they seem louder and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just it only like they can get some people where they're really heavily targeted because they're not using fabric or anything to protect themselves. So they'll keep getting targeted. And if you allow yourself, like I said, they're going to keep doing it. So let's see. So your phone, you need to root your phone as soon as you buy it because they will root it for you. So be sure to either root your phone or I forgot, encrypt it or something like that. Yeah, you can encrypt it as well. So that it's harder for them to get access to your information. It's smart to put a lock on your phone as well, even though they have backdoors through through your apps and stuff like that. And they can get into your phone. Doesn't matter how much protection you use, but you want to make it hard for them any way you can. So, YouTube videos, they put YouTube videos that have certain frequencies that fuck with your mind or whatever. So they'll put like certain frequencies that are tuned to your biometrics or whatever. And then, it doesn't sound good to you and most targets. So you got to be careful with like what you're listening to and shit, cuz these like biometric beats and shit like that, like they're at a certain frequency where it's not beneficial to you. They're not going to allow anything that's going to be healthy for you to be online without trying to alter it. So you have to go with like a MP3 player, download it so that file doesn't get corrupted and altered. So I was hanging out with a friend the other day, and I was using my earplugs, but I hadn't used them in a while. So I threw in my fabric, and let's see here. Maybe I might put on something. Yeah, I should have been done this shit from the start. My bad, you guys are just looking at my screen. Gotta fucking entertain the public, bro.
How you're able to follow everybody around.
So yeah, I was chilling with somebody the other day, and I threw on my earplugs, and their younger daughter, she's only like a few years old. She started covering her ears and going la 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 because she couldn't hear. So there actually have people that and their whole family is linked up to this hive mind system. Because the more that they use technology, the more information they gain on each person. And they have you recorded. So they're conditioning people from a young state and already introducing them into the hive mind system. And they know not to talk about it. Even little kids. So these people know about the program and they refuse to talk about it because they're already too heavily embedded into it, and they've chosen to accept it. Either accept it or ignore it and try to pretend like it's not happening. But, that's not possible. So, that's that. I'm also going to tell you guys a story about this chick that I live with. And when I barely started using RFID blocking fabric, before they started putting up a lot of these 5G towers and the Starry Wi-Fi system on the roof. So they weren't able to read me at first because they didn't have their setup yet. The fields that they have me in now are really easy to read me and collect a lot of information. But in the beginning, when I had this fabric on, I consider this girl to be my handler. And I even think I put a video up where I went into my phone files and it even said her number coming up as like a handler file. So it's just not a coincidence. It's common sense. I can explain for days on how I know this. But anyways, this is one fact that obviously trumps them all, is she got mad because she wasn't able to pretty much read my thoughts. So she tried pulling off my hat, and because she wanted to take off the fabric, and she was mad, and she literally like wanted to fight me. So I had to get away from her and move to the couch or whatever. But I was just laughing and like saying like, why do you want this shit off so bad, huh? Like, because you're not getting your little fucking feedback. You're not getting the info that you desperately fucking rely on to do your job properly. So they had to think fast. They started putting up these 5G towers real quick after that. And then the Starry thing is when I started using magnets. They came and they installed the Starry thing because, they needed these millimeter waves to be able to pass through anything or whatever. So how do you determine if somebody is a perp? All right. This is the fucking grand finale. So if you don't use fabric or magnets or earplugs for a while, leave them off. As soon as you go meet somebody that you think that you can trust, you throw on that fabric right before you guys meet up. So like, say they pull up, you have it next to you sitting in your car, put that fabric in your hat, boom, leave the earplugs off and go and watch their body frequency, their body language. Look at them, study them. If they start acting weird, it's because they're linked to you and they're getting messed up feedback from you. So if somebody is a TI, they wouldn't be linked to each other. We're not linked to each other. So TIs, we're not linked to each other. So we shouldn't have any feedback from each other. The only ones that should have feedback are the ones that are connected to the hive mind system. So that's how you're going to be able to determine if somebody is part of the system or not. And you put those earplugs in and you just watch them, sit back and watch them, study them. If they start acting weird, they're most likely part of the system. Especially if they're doing shit on their phone, swiping, taking down your frequencies whenever you pay attention to them. You'll be able to notice it. And also them touching their hair when you're driving around, like communicating with perps, doing these hand signals and shit like that. Just don't get mad because these people are sellouts. Just know that you know and bring it up to them, and just pretty much, once you know, it's not fun for them anymore. Once you know the truth and you expose it and you talk about it, then everybody's going to know that you know the truth. And so how are they going to tell people, oh yeah, he doesn't know or he hasn't known? I've known so much stuff that I even haven't talked about yet. There's a lot of things that I know that I don't talk about. But, I'm going to keep letting these perps think that they have the upper hand and think that I don't know probably more than them. And they're the ones that are in the and they're the ones that are in the program fucking getting these orders and shit and this information and shit like that. But like I said, it doesn't take much to chap these fucking perps asses. And I'm probably gonna redo this video, but I'm gonna enjoy my drink right now, and all I gotta say is suck it.